Crop News brought to you by the Kansas Association of Wheat Growers and Kansas Wheat Commission. Together, we are Kansas Wheat.
Justin, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good to be with you, Brian.
Exports. There's nothing more important to the Kansas wheat farmer than exports. And a lot of talk about people stepping in and maybe filling the role of some of the grains that we're not able to produce because of the drought. What's going on in that area?
Well, specifically with wheat, on kind of on average, a rule of thumb is we export about half of our crop that we grow. And so exports are vital for the Kansas wheat industry and the U.S. wheat industry. That's why Kansas wheat farmers make a significant investment into U.S. Wheat Associates and working with 17 overseas offices and export customers to promote U.S. wheat in a very competitive global environment. We have competition from Black Sea region, former Soviet Union, areas that are growing more wheat now, a little bit lower quality but a cheaper price, that are competing against some of the large markets like Egypt, Iraq, and North Africa area. Then high quality markets that we traditionally go into, Japan, Nigeria, Mexico. Those are the areas that we're having some success. Overall, the picture this year, because of the drought areas and lower crops that we saw in Argentina and in the Europe and former Soviet Union, the expectation was the back half of this year, marketing year that we're just entering now, would be that U.S. exports would go up significantly. The market hasn't seen that yet, and so that anticipation is kind of being pushed down the road a little bit, but we hope that, as this last crop report that came out from stocks report that came out from USDA really shows that all of our commodities, the stocks are getting tighter. We had higher feed use for wheat. The stocks in position report was lower than what was anticipated. And of course, corn and soybeans is tight. So we've got a real interesting dynamic set up as we go into the end of this year, into this marketing year into May. And then you throw in the dry conditions we have. It'll be real interesting to see what happens with exports, but we're the Kansas Wheat Commission and U.S. Wheat Associates. We're going to put a pretty significant push to try to get the U.S. wheat and Kansas wheat out there right now. Try to prove that we are a reliable supplier of high quality wheat, and even when times are tough, like you mentioned, in drought years and challenging times around the world, that the U.S. can be that consistent supplier, and that's where we want to position ourselves in the world.
Well, even as bushels come down, protein levels go up, so it makes a great value for some of these other countries, especially Nigeria, who's looking for high protein wheat to come in and buy Kansas wheat.
Yeah, Nigeria's been one of our best customers, largest buyer of hard red winter wheat. They're going through some challenges economically right now that I think are coming into play with some of the hard red winter wheat exports kind of lagging a little bit into their region, and so we've got some work to do there, like we've done the last 2 decades. And so we've done a lot and invested a lot to build up those relationships in that market, and so I think that right now is another time that we need to probably reinforce that investment and those relationships to make sure that we have that customer and supplier relationship going into this harvest, and Mexico also. I know they're, as you mentioned, quality buyer. They like to buy high quality wheat, and with the CWB, the Canadian Wheat Board, going away, it gives an opportunity for high protein hard red winter wheat and spring wheats in the United States to make some more inroads into Mexico. So we're going to be really pushing on that front also.